Well, John, thank you for joining me. I can imagine, knowing your character, you would have let the players know your true feelings at half-time after a poor first half, but definitely positives to take from that second half.
Yeah, we didn't start well, and first half was a poor performance from us. We just weren't at it. Second half, we changed it. We were going to change it anyway, and we looked better. One or two, such as Manny, started to get into the game, and where he was struggling to get about second half, he started to turn it on a little bit, and obviously the introduction of Tom and Mark Cullen helped to change it for us a little bit.
I think the past few weeks were a bit telling on the players today. It's been a long week in Scotland. They've not really had a day's rest, a long journey on Thursday, and they were back in Friday. So you don't want to make excuses, but there's understanding why there was perhaps signs of tiredness there.
That's right, and that's why you don't get too carried away with it. The main thing is to get them fit and ready for Colchester game. Today, as you say, you could see that we couldn't get near people at times, and that's not like us. And even such as David Worrell didn't look as sharp as he normally does. But with a little bit of a rest now, next week coming into the Colchester game, everybody will be at it and fully fit.
Positives from that second half. James Gibbons showing what he can do best in the latter stages as well. Mark Cullen getting on the score sheet. A goal poacher. It doesn't matter how good the goals are, he's getting them, and that's a good sign for you.
Yeah, that's why Mark was brought in. Obviously, he's got a decent record. Used to being in winning teams as well, and obviously with James coming on, James looked sharp and strong, and he helped us to up it second half. So no, it was there's one or two where it was pleasing. There'll be one or two a little bit disappointing in how they played, but as I've said all along, that we won't worry too much about pre-season. What we worry about is the league, when we'll know after the first 10 games where we are as a club.
How do you reflect on pre-season now? Do you just see it as it was a real benefit in terms of the fitness levels, and you got a good pre-season breakaway in Scotland to add to that?
Yeah, it's gone well as regards we've got everybody fit. Going into the last week, I think we'll nearly have everybody available, which was the main aim. Players are going to the Colchester game being confident, but like we said all along, that we'll know once we start playing where we are. But some of the signs are decent. There's been players who've come in who David Amu's done well, Mark Cullen's done well, and so on. So signs are quite good, but we'll have to see what the opposition are like.
And we spoke earlier as well about new signing Maurice Brown, and you said you were really pleased to get him in because he offers something that we've not had before: pace and a direct winger who can also add a few goals to the team.
Yeah, again, I think it's important, especially with a pitch like ours, that we can get the ball wide and we can have players who can go past others, because that's what the supporters want. And with David Amu, Maurice Brown, David Worrell, and Monty. We've got 4 players there who can change games, and we perhaps haven't had that before.
Does that fill you with a bit more confidence, the fact that attacking lineup that you can pick from gives you a bit of a headache, but in a positive way, because you've got plenty of options there to go at different teams, and they could be quite fearful seeing the likes of maybe Maurice Brown, Monty and David Amu. If they're a defender in the late stages, seeing them come on, they're going to be a bit fearful with that pace behind them.
Yeah, it gives us options, and that's what you want as a manager. And you want people playing for the places, so hopefully that'll encourage people to play better. And coming in, obviously knew that the supporters hadn't been happy the last 2 or 3 years, and we can hope we can play decent football, exciting football, where we are scoring goals. And we'll see, but that's what we've been trying to do.